Hey everyone, it's your boy Dollar bringing you a live stream, first appearance Friday. This is episode number 3 from Popcorn Culture YouTube channel and Facebook Live. Shout out to all my Periscope Twitter people. We're going to speak a little bit on some MCU announcements, some comic book speculation and investment books that I think are a really good buy that could you know, increase forthwith down the line. Thank you guys for joining me. And I actually started on time this time. Appreciate y'all. Don't forget, guys, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do. And also, if you can subscribe to my my cruise channels, my affiliated channels. That includes Beyond Wednesdays with Bryan McClay. They have an awesome show on Wednesdays called On the Radar Collectibles. Shout out to those boys. House of Stein, don't forget that. This is just a pregame tailgate before we do the Hot 10. We missed you guys last week. We are doing it tonight, and we are excited. And it should be a really fun show. That's at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific time on the House of Stein network, YouTube channel and Facebook Live, along with dual streaming through the Amazon, I think it's called OBS, on Beyond Wednesdays. And then also don't forget Mighty Mel V. He's been working a lot lately, but his channel is called the Mighty Mel V channel, aka Treasus. That's Treazus. He has a show every Friday on comic book speculation and investing, trading cards, stock market, mortgage, music, you name it. It's a great show. They have a great cast. Please subscribe to them as well. If you give me a thumbs up and like this content, this live stream, I appreciate it. Anything that you don't like or you think I could improve on besides, myself being a klutz, go ahead and give it to me. I'd like to hear it in the feedback in the comment section, good or bad. And I love chopping it up with you guys down there. If I don't DM you or you don't DM me on IG or what have you. So thank you guys. If you do share this content, make sure you tag Popcorn Culture with a 1 instead of an L. Let's go. All right, so we have some announcements, events. Hang on one second. Let me get into the comments. Hi, Linda. I see you guys. Okay, so I'm doing something a little different tonight, guys. I'm actually going to be using the StreamYard branding overlays over the Google Slides to see how it works. And it was a lot easier. It took me less time. So we'll see. But let's get back into it. Okay, so CCXP 2022, Marvel and Star Wars exact panel time and major announcements as of today. So basically what went down, it was basically a few things we already knew, especially my seasoned people, our circle, my IG comic lores, my IG comic community, stuff you guys already know, you guys already follow. But if you haven't and you are ready for some news, there's a couple new things. But let's go ahead and get into this because they cover a lot of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. And for some reason, I think there are going to be multiple deaths in this. It's just a guess, but it just seems like a huge send-off for the Guardians. So until they transition into the Adam Warlock days, but in the modern age, the later team members. But just to remind you guys, there are spoilers of some sort. If you guys don't want to see any trailers or hear anything, you guys can bounce, watch on the rewind after the movies come out. But there's a couple really cool things I want to show you guys, and some of you guys might consider spoilers, and I respect that of you guys. So I'm just warning you forthwith. All right, so CCXP 2022. Here's the Marvel MCU major announcements, the panels or what have you. Let's get back into this right here. So basically, the CCXP, what do you call it? Not convention, but expo. They self-proclaim that it's the biggest pop culture festival in the world, and they actually quote that on multiple outlets on the internet this week. but it's saying that it started today, and there are December 1st, or I'm sorry, it started yesterday and it goes all the way through the 4th, which I believe is what, Sunday? Today's the 2nd. So yeah, Sunday. And that's in Sao Paulo, Brazil, if you are not aware. Most of the tweets that are coming out of there, if they're not American or English speaking, I guess you should say journalists, bloggers, scoopers, or what have you, are in Portuguese and some in Spanish and French. So I went ahead and translated a few things, and hopefully it helps you guys. But Disney is prime, of course, as of today, yesterday and today. Disney's primed to basically make a big splash at this weekend, bringing them, into the 2023 slate of movie and TV releases with Phase 5 and forthwith or going forward. The first panel that is spoke upon and is covered pretty heavily is what I was just talking about, is Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 announcement. The panel is finished, supposedly, and we're going to get more announcements over the weekend. Don't forget, stay to the end of the live stream, because LA Comic Con 2022 is this weekend, and there's about an 85-90% chance I'll be there, covering the con and also the after party on Modern Comic Mayhem on Beyond Wednesdays tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, so Disney's CCXP book gives fans basically a first look at a new display for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now, it's not clear what this location is yet, like in the MCU Earth 1999 continuity, or whatever you guys want to call it, MCU continuity. But based on the features of the standee, it seems to be building on the planet Nowhere. And let me show you the glimpse here. So that is, as of right now, that is the, I guess you could say, the trailer poster or what have you. I'm going back and forth. I'm checking my comments to make sure that you guys can hear me. Okay. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dad Life. Hi, Linda. Going back into it. So yeah, this is the May 5th first trailer poster. People are saying that this background here is Nowhere, or I'm not sure if it's the planet they're on with the background, or if it's that planet up there or the moon up there. So, but I believe the Nowhere was the decapitated head of this celestial. I forgot the name. That in the comics, Donny Cates, shout out to Donny Cates. He retconned a few things, and he wrote that Noel, after he forged the all black necro sword, whatever you call that, the all black necro sword, the symbiote sword, when he fought the Celestials, he chopped his head off. And then in the MCU, there was, I believe it was in Guardians 1, they talk about, if it wasn't Guardians 1, then it might have been Avengers 3 Infinity War. They talk about the decapitated head, how it used to be a celestial, and now the Collector and a bunch of other people do business and live and reside. It's actually in a planet now. So I'm thinking that they're on Nowhere right here, and then that's just a moon up here. But regardless, let's get back into this. This information is pretty cool. Shout out to Topher. If you guys are not familiar with Topher, he has a really cool article on comicbookinvest.com. It's called True Firsts, and he basically finds first appearances that are not, I guess you could say, talked about or discovered yet in throughout comics, what have you. So make sure you check out his article. But he brought up this in the Popcorn Culture Google chat. And he basically was saying that there was some kind of writing, alien writing. It was on the door like this or somewhere like that, but it's not showing this. So while he's trying to figure out that speculation, that connect the dots things, this is what they're showing right now. And let me give you a close up. So basically what this is that before we get into the trailer, we get a first look of Adam Warlock. And then on top of that, we're going to get a look. There we go. And we'll get a look here at the High Evolutionary. Okay. So This right here was just, I guess it's just part of the panel and display, but there's something in here that Daniel RPK was talking about, which we'll get into later. Speaking of the high evolutionary, in which we are going to speak on right now, he is confirmed. So he's all over the trailer. I'm going to play the trailer right now, guys. So if you don't want to see the trailer, bounce, come back. If you do, then stick around. Here we go. Can you guys hear it okay?
We were gone for quite a while. But no matter what happens next, the galaxy still needs its guardians. Hello, we come in peace.
Yeah, those are all the high evolutionary animals, or I don't know what the alien race.
Seriously,
that they,
dude?
I did say animals. Alien race.
Don't forget where we came from.
We have been running our whole lives. Pete, I'm done running.
Oh, that's enough. You're gonna see Rocket. There's it up. There he is, high evolutionary.
We'll all fly away together. One last time. Into the forever. That beautiful sky.
Warlock, baby. Oh, look at that huge group with all the arms. That was cool.
And we'll kill anyone who gets in our way.
No, not kill anyone.
Kill a few people.
Kill no people.
Kill one guy, one stupid guy who no one loves.
Now you're just making it sad.
All right. So that was really cool. High evolutionary, played by this gentleman. This gentleman was, you guys know, he was the in Peacekeeper, or a Peacemaker. You could tell I'd been away from the game for a little bit, right? So yeah, so he is a good actor. I'm really excited about him. I want to go over a few books. Let's get into this real quick, and let me say hi to the chat first. And I appreciate all you guys showing up. That makes me feel really good. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me. You guys have been freaking awesome. I'm going to go ahead and hit this up. What's up, Righteous Flipper? Thank you very much. What's up, Linda? Great to see you. Dad Life, I followed you back on IG. I hope you got that. What's up, Brad? What's up, Universe X, dude? This guy's a machine. Are you going to LA Comic Con, bro? I think I'm going there by myself tomorrow to cover the back half, the second half of the con, and also that after party. So hit me up if you're going to go. I'm trying to work extra passes, but as of right now, it's just me. So let me know. Universe X, do you think the high evolutionary will have his mask? We'll talk about that in a second, and then I'll touch back on that in the comments. Chad Cave saying, I can't believe how people flipped out about CGI on She-Hulk, but are okay with the Adam Warlock looks. Because to me, he looks like a golden clown. I think he looks really cool. I'm pretty pumped. Remember that, I guess from my point of view, Chad, and you make a lot of good sense there. But from where I'm standing and my experience with comics and continuities and universes and adaptations and stuff, that's the MCU's twist on Adam Warlock. So they're 616, whatever they want to call it, Earth 19999, change it to 833. That is their Adam Warlock. And to me, it's close, but it's like kind of like with the metrosexual twist on it, you know, and that's the kind of world we live in nowadays. And I don't mean any disrespect to anybody, but Disney's calling the shots, and you know, they want to look cool. They don't want to be also talk shit upon politically. That's just the way I look at it. But hey, I could be completely wrong, and that could be a new look that he's going to get in the comics soon. Who knows? Remember, the comic books are not when they in the MCU, it's just source material. It's not an actual full blown, you know, like Star Wars is. Star Wars is very comic accurate, book accurate, novel accurate. The MCU is basically is almost like the opposite. Righteous Flipper, sweet. I have the first appearance of Man Beast, AOA, Thor. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that right now. Hey, Chad. Okay, Tall Dan. So let's get back into it. Yeah, no problem. All right, so all right, so High Evolutionary. He looks so cool. I think the back of his head, the way the MCU did it is very cool. He's definitely looks different than the comics, but they put, like I said, they put their own twist on it. Great actor, what have you. We all know the first mention. I don't care about mentions, but we all know the first appearance, first full, or whatever you want to call this, is Thor 134. This is a Grail. There's multiple key I guess you could say key occurrences going on in the guts of this book in story. This is kind of like a Grail in a sense. It's hiked up so high, especially in high grade. I like these books though. What do you guys think? This is Thor 135. It's pretty cheap. It's the second appearance, and it's the full origin of High Evolutionary. And remember when we were watching that that trailer, and I called those aliens, they were on like an Earth planet, and I called those aliens animals, and I apologize, I didn't mean to do that. It just came to my head, but they look like animals to us, right? Well, I believe that's Counter Earth. So High Evolutionary created Counter Earth, and what Counter Earth is, it's basically an exact identical duplicate of Earth, except there's no superheroes, if that makes any sense. There's multiple other characters in the comics from Counter Earth, but a lot of those alien species that he used other like animal looking aliens and transformed them into human like. A lot of them live in or on Counter Earth. So I think this is a cool one. It tells his backstory. It's a low price. I've seen them in back issue bins, but they're on the wall, and you can get a nice mid to high grade copy, or a lower high grade copy that a guy like Joe or Ferdy or even Big Leg could work on for you and get like a 9.0 or something like that for a very good price, very affordable. And all it can do is, in my opinion, is go up from there. I just wouldn't spend, anything. I wouldn't spend anything that is out of your budget, because it's a soft market right now, and you could probably get a lot better books if you end up paying top dollar. So Thor 135, second appearance of High Evolutionary and his full origin. But shout out to Chad Cave. So here is your boy. This is Adam the MCU's version of Adam Warlock, played by the dude. What was that movie he was in when with the dude that plays Ted Lasso, Jason, whatever? And is it Ride Along or Family something? They go to a cartel and pick up all the weed. Hilarious movie. You guys got to definitely check that out. But anyways, he looks like a total stud. And this is the first time I've actually seen this guy where he looks like he's in a serious role. I mean, I know he played a serious role in Dope Sick on Hulu with Michael Keaton, but that was more of like a sleazy salesman kind of role. This is more of like, I'm gonna beat that ass, Adam Warlock, him style. And going right into the next book, and I like this book for obvious reasons for the Adam Warlock, but there's also something else that pumped up this book here. Did you know that in the guts of this book, the High Evolutionary actually becomes his human form in this issue? Marvel Premiere #1, he actually becomes the human form. So this could, besides the obvious reasons, could get a little extra heat or you could see a little more copies flying off the secondary market. I'm not really suggesting to invest in this. I just wanted to show you guys, if you didn't know, that the High Evolutionary actually creates and becomes physical form in this issue. And there he is, the actor. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to talk about is Ant-Man 3. I don't have much about Ant-Man 3. There's more announcements from CCXP coming this weekend. And like I said, if I go to LA Comic-Con, I have the passes to get wherever I need to go. There's the whole entire cast of Umbrella Academy, Sparrow Academy, and also the boys are there. Also a bunch of Shang-Chi and Mandalorian actors are there. So there's going to be a lot of announcements. So I'll stay tuned, and I'll confirm if we'll have that on Modern Comic Mayhem tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific. That show starts Modern Comic Mayhem 7 Pacific, but I'll go around 8 p.m. Pacific. But anyways, Ant-Man 3. So basically what we're talking about here with Ant-Man 3 is really nothing that you guys don't know. It's just basically Disney confirming that there was a standee, or what they call their own type of panel for Quantum Mania right here. As you can see, it's like that. What's the machine called to get them in the quantum realm? I can't remember, but yeah, there it is. It's pretty cool looking, kind of like a fan deal, whatever. But it says Disney's booth also has a similar standee for Ant-Man 3, aka Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, as Guardians of the Galaxy. This display more obviously shows off a giant quantum tunnel machine. That's what it says. That takes the Ant family into the quantum realm. CCXP attendees were treated to an extended opening sequence from Ant-Man 3. This is new footage, shows Scott Lang's new life as a celebrity, and ends with receiving a mysterious call from the San Francisco penitentiary. So yeah, let's get into that right now. Let's see here. Okay, so the footage is not available. It'll be available this weekend. Okay, I got it. So yeah, so basically they're saying that there's a new casting that's likely, or there's a character coming that is in the San Francisco penitentiary. I don't know if they're going to chronologically twist some shit up with Venom and Carnage, but it's a possibility. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Also, some of the pictures here, they show Cassie a lot, but they don't really show like anything that we haven't seen before. So I'll just save that for next time and over the weekend. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to here. Loki season 2 had a new casting. You guys know her from the Game of Thrones. I can't remember what season it is, but her name's Kate Dickie. I believe she's Scottish, and she was that kind of, in Game of Thrones, she was that kind of crazy, out of her, I wouldn't say crazy, but she looked batshit. But anyways, she looked like she was unhinged, and she was just like hanging on to her son so much. And they had that pit right in the middle of her right in the middle of the of her chamber, or I don't know what that's called, where the king and queen sit, and people would get pushed over, and she kept loving on her son in like a really creepy way. Yeah. Well, anyways, she is casted for Loki 2. There hasn't been any speculation or guesses, at least what I could find or couldn't find this today, of who she might be playing. But the synopsis basically says that she was, not the synopsis, I'm sorry, the description for the casting basically states that she's a bad guy. She's a super villain of some sort, or villain of some sort. So I don't know if this is going to bring in somebody big, super villain or not. But if you guys heard anything in the chat, I'll go ahead and touch on that. We're the Millers. That's right. Yeah. So she was casted, and she's a great actor. She is awesome. She was great in Game of Thrones. I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to see who she's playing. All right, guys. Most of you guys heard about this. This is very cool. Michael Gandolfini, aka James Gandolfini, who plays the Soprano mob boss. That's his son. And you probably remember him from the HBO Max or HBO movie, The Many Saints of Newark. and he's casted into Daredevil. This is reporting straight from Charles Murphy's multiverse site. I believe this was about, I don't know, 24 hours ago or something like that, maybe a little longer. So yeah, and he's a pretty reliable scooper if you're not familiar. But yeah, so to get into it, and I'll give you a little bit of details. Daredevil Born Again reportedly adds Michael Gandolfini as a key character. I'm sorry, this didn't come from Charles Murphy. It came from Daniel RPK from the direct. So basically, Daniel RPK is saying that Michael Gandolfini has joined the cast of the Disney Plus series Daredevil Born Again in a major role. Although details about his character are being kept under wraps, Marvel Studios has not confirmed the casting. That's interesting. But if true, Born Again will mark the latest high-profile role for the actor who broke out playing young Tony Soprano, the character his late father James Gandolfini portrayed in The Sopranos in the 2021 movie The Many Saints of Newark. Now, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Daredevil Born Again is supposed to be more of a darker. Well, I don't know if this is true or not, but what I've read so far is supposed to be more of a darker Daredevil, a little more gore, a little more blood, a little more curse words, and they're going to really dig in deep to some source material of Kingpin, his entire crew and families, along with a few new characters. And a lot of people are saying this, in which I'm going to pull up right now, that Michael Gandolfini, aka James Gandolfini's son, is probably going to be casted as the Schemer. Now, this is where the Schemer makes his first appearance. The Schemer is Richard Fisk, but I believe it's revealed in a later issue. I don't know if it's via retcon or not, but very cool, classic late Silver Age book, early Bronze Age book. But in my opinion, I think he's playing Richard Fisk as the Rose. We've been hearing a lot about this character lately. The Rose is first appearance. Richard Fisk as the Rose first appearance is in ASM 253. There are newsstands, of course, direct, and then there's also Mark Jewelers, and there's a 75-cent Canadian price variant. Very cool. It's a cheap book. It popped a few times. A shout out to Nick, Key Collector Nick. I have to give him props because he had it on one of his lists a long time ago, maybe like 6 months ago. Also about a year ago on Modern Comic Mayhem, I did a segment on this character. So I think he's going to come in as the Rose. Now, the Rose is tied to not only Wilson Fisk and Daredevil, Spider-Man, but this entire run right here is through the Gang War story arc. Okay, that's from ASM 284. I think it's all the way to 288, 289. And it also ties into a few one-shots as well. And one of those one-shots is right here. That's Spider-Man versus Wolverine. But we'll get into that in a second. So right here is the ASM 284. It's a dollar bin book. They got Mark Jewelers or what have you. You have something going on in here that's pretty important. And you have this guy right here, Richard Fisk, as the Rose. And he actually starts a crew called I think they're called the Blue Face. The Blue Boys or something, some kind of team or gang, and their identity is secret. I couldn't find the reveal anywhere. I just know Richard Fisk is involved, but they're beating up on the black suit Spider-Man. And I think this is really interesting that all this is coming together because remember a few weeks ago, Wilson Fisk's, aka Kingpin's actor casted is what's his name? Vincent D'Onofrio, and he said that he would really like to see this character Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, end up with Spider-Man. So I'm feeling in my gut, my speculation is that and then Marvel's already made, they're working with Sony, they've already made a few deals, this and that, I'm not an attorney, so I will not give legal advice, but they are working together to make magic for us. But I mean, with a comment like that, and then all of a sudden, are we bringing this particular character in with the Sonyverse characters, and then we get the Hobgoblin. Now, we'll get back to Richard Fisk in a second, but the Hobgoblin is your first appearance here in 238. Make sure you prefer the tattoos in there. There's Canadian price variants and Mark Jewelers as well. But yeah, here is your first. I don't know if he's the first or the second Hobgoblin, but yes, he's. But this is the book. This is the Grail right here. Now the Hobgoblin right here. I know I can't see my comments right now. I'll check them in a second. But the gentleman that plays him in the comics actually brainwashes Ned Leeds, and then Ned Leeds becomes the Hobgoblin in this issue of ASM 257. The difference between the two is that I forgot his name. Let me look at the comments. You guys tell me who he is. I forgot his name. You know me. But anyways, he brainwashed Ned Leeds to become a Hobgoblin, but he has no superpowers. He has no superpowers like the Hobgoblin that is brainwashing him. Okay. He just has his glider and weapons. So, are we going to see Ned Leeds get down as the Hobgoblin with the MCU and Sonyverse twist on it? A la Richard Fisk connection, somehow connecting the dots. I know I'm going way left field here, but think about it. In the story arcs between this ASM 284 all the way through, like, I think it's 289, 90 with some tie-ins and some one-shots or what have you, this entire story arc, this source material, that's all they're doing is they're going after Fisk and include Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, including his son, the Rose, Richard Fisk. And also there is so many different, I think there's like 4 or 5 different characters that end up being the Hobgoblin, taking the moniker of Hobgoblin throughout these issues as well, or later in the ASM run. But it's very interesting, and it ties into this book right here, Spider-Man versus Wolverine. And this is actually where Ned Leeds gets killed chronologically. He actually dies chronologically. It sends a few people off the edge in the comics, but yeah, I mean, are we going to get a little bit of heat about this? Now, I know like I said, I'm going left field, but I don't think this ASM 257 is dead. And that's where I'm trying to get to. Here we have the speculation investment, cheap ass book. Go get one. Here's another one. $1 bin, 50. Don't spend more than $1 or $2. And if you could afford this, that's great. But don't sleep on this book right here. I think this could be a good one, a gem, and don't sleep on ASM 253 as well. But showing the Ned Leeds, I guess you could say, death. It's a vision, so it's a chronological, and it goes back in time. And basically, Peter's like knocks the shit out of him, and he doesn't have powers, and he ends up dying or what have you. But here was this. This was about a year ago. This is Jacob, whatever his last name is. I believe his IG is Life is Aloha. This was, I think, last year when he was holding that Hobgoblin vintage care. I don't think it's vintage. I saw those in Target. They're kind of cheesy. And then there was this on his IG last summer, not this last summer, but the beginning of this year. This was on Spidey No One Fan _, which is the MCU's Flash Thompson. I guess you could say IG. And in the story they were asking about, the relationship between these two. And if you look on the right of Boring Ned, you see the Hobgoblin hood, which I thought was really interesting. And then last but not least, there's some concept art that was shared by some insiders of Ned Leeds as Hobgoblin. So yeah, we just took a big left turn detour from Richard Fisk into the Hobgoblin. But I think it's very important to point this out, because this is kind of like older news and it hasn't been brought up, but the dots connect via source material, aka comics, and I think that's very important. I'm going to go ahead and remove this, and let's go ahead and hit the chat, guys. Thank you, guys. I love y'all. Let's see who's out here today before the CBSI Hot 10 and the Beyond Wednesdays Almost 10 on the House of Stein YouTube channel. That's in about 2 hours. So don't miss out. So Cosmic One is saying, going back to the Guardians, he's saying Guardians Holiday Special Rock. What up, doll? Hey, what's up? I haven't seen it yet. I've been busy. I was working a lot, and now I'm studying for an exam, and something, my dad is in really bad shape. So we'll talk about that later. But yeah, so studying for the exam, and I haven't really had time to really watch anything. But I'm going to try to catch up probably after the Comic-Con this weekend if I don't work at Network Capital on Monday. So we'll figure it out. Hey, Planet Arizona, what's up, man? He says, what's up, Richie? Catching you on the drive home from work. Oh, very cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't blame the gas prices on me if you're watching me while you're driving. I'm kidding. Make sure you're careful, though. Make sure you have your seatbelt on. Love you, Planet Arizona. Chat Cave says, these white Thor covers are hard to find with still white cover. I love you, Chad. You're so funny. Yes, they are dirty, but there's a couple little tricks that guys like me and Joe know that we will never talk about, and will be not detected by CUC. Hit me up. Chad K says, we're the Millers. Yes. Okay. So going back into it, Righteous Flipper says, just dropped a pic of the last page of Thor $134. Okay, cool. Picture of original art. Okay, cool. I got some original art too. I can't wait to show it on my IG. I got I think it's an NYX 398. I also got I got some OA from my comic shop, and I've been paying payments or whatever, and I'm almost paid off. So I'm hoping to pay that off this month. I want to show you guys. It's Alex Ross original art, and I also got, I got Steve Ditko original art. So and I got Jack Kirby original art for Fantastic Four. So yeah, I won them all at auction during the pandemic when we were all getting free money. Okay, Planet AZ says supposedly Karen Page isn't coming back. Oh, that sucks. I liked her. She was cool. I thought she was cool. What's up, Eric, man? Where you been? I know we played a few fantasy leagues together, but he always seems like he's so busy. So I'd like to catch up with you, Eric. Are you living in LA and in California? If you are, dude, let's hook up, man. I know that what's his name? Well, Leg lives in California, so we're gonna meet up hopefully this weekend. Drew, Wanted Comics. If Leg goes, if not, I'll probably just hook up with Drew. Swaggle House. He lives in just in LA County in 1,000 Oaks, I believe. I don't know if that's Ventura County or LA County, but I need to hit him up because yeah, I mean, maybe we could hook up and go to the con, but he's a good dude. I like him. So thank you, guys. Let's get back into this. I'm almost done here, so you guys don't have to hear me blab anymore. So you guys have heard me say multiple times how Marvel Studios Phase 4 has been trash. Okay. I don't mean any disrespect, but compared to what we're used to, it's been not that good. I wouldn't say it's trash, but for MCU and Kevin Feige standards, I think it's trash. Well, there's an article reported by Russ Milham from the Daniel RPK camp, and he's saying that Marvel reportedly unhappy with Phase 4, considering major changes to Phase 5 and 6 slate. So let's check that out and see what he says here. So basically, Marvel Studios could be making some massive changes to their Phase 5 and Phase 6 lineups after negative reception to some of the content in Phase 4. This was posted this morning, just to let you guys know. There's no denying that this first new phase of MCU content post Avengers Endgame was mixed. While projects like Black Panther 2 and Spider-Man 3 were widely praised movies, other films like Eternals and Thor 4, aka Thor Love and Thunder, missed the mark completely for most, if not all. Many feel that this is due to Marvel Studios, aka MCU, and Disney focusing on the quantity over quality. trying to get as much stuff out as possible rather than and taking shortcuts, cutting the line, and getting production teams. This is me talking, not the article. Getting production teams that have no idea what happens in comics, and they don't even read their source material. They get their synopsis of the book from probably Fandom or Wikipedia, and then they put their own twist on it. That's what I'm pissed off about. But anyways, so focusing on quantity over quality, many feel that Marvel Studios and Disney was focusing on, it was a surprise, especially when it comes to utilizing Disney Plus as their story context tool. Nearly all of those new MCU shows had reactions ranging all over the place, with She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, Falcon and Winter Soldier taking the brunt of the negativity. Now, following the lukewarm reception to Phase 4 and the firing of former Disney CEO Bob Chapek, Marvel Studios is looking to make some changes. MCU multiverse saga shuffle on the way? ? So I pulled up here are the phases or what have you, and looks like they could be shifting some stuff. Let me go ahead and there is I'm going to read you this article. This article right here now is from Cosmic Circus. Cosmic Circus is another one of those scooper sites like Murphy's and Geekosity and Direct and all that other stuff. But they're pretty accurate. So I want to go ahead and read this new report about this situation. A new report from the Cosmic Circus sources revealed how Marvel Studios might be facing some big changes after Bob Iger's return as CEO at Disney. Oh, did I mention that? Bob Iger is returning as CEO at Disney. And the negative feedback Phase 4 has received from fans and critics. Many believe the last 2 years of Marvel content have been lukewarm at best, and that the studio is prioritizing quantity over quality. According to Cosmic Circus and the outlet's sources, Marvel themselves have picked up on those worries about the overall approach to Phase 4. So now, quote, as a preventative measure to assure quality control, end quote, both Marvel and DC are, quote, reevaluating the future releases, end quote, of Phase 5 and beyond that are not already in production. Their sources say that Marvel Studios is hoping to hammer in a quality over quantity take on its future projects to avoid the issues it faced in Phase 4. They note that one move behind the scenes considered by Marvel and Disney is to, quote, develop a sort of creative oversight, end quote, on the MCU's future releases in order to, quote, establish more quality control over moving forward, end quote. So they're basically trying to tighten up their QC department. The Cosmic Circus has also reiterated how they heard that special presentations are gaining more traction behind the scenes as a medium to deliver more potential projects moving forward. It's worth noting that even with any changes, Phase 5 is likely to contain a similar amount of releases to Phase 4, assuming nothing already announced is outright canceled. The important thing is that fans shouldn't expect the MCU to start increasing its output even more than the studio has already done during Phase 4. What will change for Phase 5 and 6? And that's probably the question you are probably asking me right now. Let's go over that. So basically, Cosmic Circus pointed out that any outright cancellations of Disney Plus series or theatrical movies are unlikely. So the ones that are already posted pre-production, in production, post-production, but have been announced to the media, to the public, it's unlikely those will be canceled. Okay, shifts in format are more probable, such as the rumor of, quote, Nova shifting from series to special presentation, like the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special kind of deal, end quote, or, quote, Armor Wars going from a streaming series or TV show to a movie. Looking ahead into 2024, only 2 series are known as of right now and announced by the MCU. That's Agatha Coven of Chaos and Daredevil Born Again. That's Charlie Cox's show. Charlie Cox's show even has 18 episodes planned on the call sheet and synopsis, meaning that it will run for a good chunk of the year. 18 episodes? Oh my God, they better not be no stupid like 20-minute episodes. I hope they're like an hour or two. Anyways, get back into it. Past that, the only two projects that seem to be still be in the works as shows are as actual TV shows or aka streaming series are Vision Quest and Wonder Man. Currently, it isn't known if they'd be a part of phase 5 or 6. It's hard to pinpoint if this will lead to fewer shows overall or just fewer new IPs. For example, while there might not be as many newly introduced streaming series, there will be more space for Marvel to explore second seasons for characters such as, Kamala Khan's Miss Marvel or Moon Knight. I liked Moon Knight, but it wasn't that great. But anyways, I really like Miss Marvel though. With how much content Marvel Studios has access to, some might not be able to help but feel that the MCU won't be able to build everything it needs to in time for Avengers Secret Wars. Whatever happens, this is a good move for Marvel Studios. Phase 4 was a mixed bag for many, and a re-evaluation like this should help reassure fans that the company cares, along with Kevin Feige, about the final products it pushes out the door. The next MCU project is Ant-Man 3, aka Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, set to hit theaters February 17th of 2023. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and hit the chat real quick. Let me turn my cam on. Let's see here. No, just got here. He says, just got here, did the top 10 show, stop on time. What is this? Just got here, did the top. Oh, gotcha. You're asking if the Hot 10 show stopped. No. We just got 1 day off. We needed it. All of us needed it. But we'll be back tonight. And you can catch that on the House of Stein YouTube channel. Also, dual stream through OBS on Beyond Wednesday's YouTube channel as well. We'll be going over the Hot 10, of course, Ben Stein, the one and only comicbookinvest.com's hottest 10 and 2 honorable mention books of the week trending up from the secondary market. And then also Beyond Wednesday's Almost 10, where we talk about books that either just hit the mark, trending up, and or really interesting sales on the secondary market for books you might not even know about that could end up on the list later. So it's really cool and a good idea to stay for all 22 books. Thank you. No. I appreciate you, brother. Chad Crow says Miss Marvel was trash. Yes, that is Chad Crow. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I need one of those applause. Cosmic One says, keeping my fingers crossed they do Fantastic Four right. Yeah, me too, man. I've watched these other ones. What Sony did is so bad. Phase 6 should be fire. Yeah, I agree, brother. I agree. Chad Crow, Black Knight, Phase 7. Oh, we need some Black Knight, huh? All right, so let's get back into this. There's a CGC announcement. I don't know if you guys care or not, but I thought it was pretty cool. Let's go into it. So basically, CGC is reporting and announcing that they have officially started certifying and grading comics, but available in a hardcover. So the official CGC guide to grading comics, quote unquote, that's actually a guide. They actually have that at Barnes & Noble. It's now available in an elegant hardcover first edition for collectors to enjoy. A limited number of signed and numbered hardcover copies are also available for purchase. Okay, so I see what this is. The official CGC guide to grading comics, which is at Barnes & Noble's and then your Amazon Nook book or whatever. It's coming in a hardcover, and they are pumping or advertising. I don't mean to say pumping. It's kind of a negative thing, twist on it, but there are going to be a limit, one per customer, the number of book received with that signed and numbered. There's also a soft cover, and then there's a hardcover unsigned. Now, who is signing it? It says, psst, paid CGC members use your 10% CCG store discount when purchasing the book. Well, who's signing it? I wanted to know. I think Matt Nelson is. So I believe it's Matt Nelson that will be signing the book. Yeah. So if you want, let me read this one more time. First edition, okay. One number of book receipts signed and numbered. A division of in the world's leading third-party grading service for comic book, trading cards, magazines, other pop culture-related collectibles. Over the course of nearly 400 pages, quote, the official CGC guide to grading comics, end quote. I don't know why I'm saying quote, but offers an exhaustive examination of the many types of defects collectors might find when grading a book and how they might affect the grade of the comic. There are chapters on the comic book history, CGC history, and labels. That's interesting. So there's chapters of this new official CGC guide to grading comics. There's actually story context, source material, not source material, but context to the story that we all ask ourselves in the speculation circle about CGC labels, grading scales, enhancements, reprints, variants, pedigrees. Also, how to handle comics and how to submit your books to CGC, which, if you haven't done, could be something cool. Matt Nelson's book will undoubtedly become a must-have resource for any comic book collector. Then they talk about Matt a little bit. Here, let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like. So they let me get this out. Whoop. They talk about Matt here a little bit, and they talk about it's like a little origin story of Matt. He's such a good dude. He's a really funny, good dude. I don't really know him. I've watched him multiple times on Tales from the Flip Side and on Bryan's channel Beyond Wednesdays. Was on the panel with him for a few minutes, and he was very nice. But he's always struck me as a good dude, like a really good dude. But I don't know him, so I don't know. Anyways, it says Nelson was named CGC president in 2021. If you guys want a little bit of origin, it says Matt Nelson started collecting comics at 14. In the 1990s, he opened More Fun Comics with Bill Poncetti. And within 2 years, Matt Nelson became the youngest Overstreet advisor ever. Shortly thereafter, he opened Classics Incorporated, a business dedicated to the comic book restoration. After CGC opened in 2000, Matt quickly realized the potential of third-party grading in the industry and added pressing and resto removal services to his business. Matt goes on and says, quote, I spent the next couple of years learning the process. I was working closely with Heritage Auctions, and I saw a lot of graded books coming through each month. I became intimate with the grading scale that way, end quote, he said. Nelson joined CGC in 2013 when it purchased Classics Incorporated and reorganized it as Classics Collectible Services, CCS, with Nelson as its president. Nelson transitioned to CGC primary grader in 2016, just about 6-7 years ago, with an encyclopedic knowledge of comic book history and pedigrees. Matt Nelson is well known among comic book collectors and industry professionals alike. In numerous interviews, he has shared his expertise from how to handle comic books to how to get the most enjoyment from one's collection. He became the CGC president 2021. And what's inside, it talks about what's inside. So basically, this is what it looks like right here. If you guys can see that, it's kind of like that Overstreet guide to grading. If you guys have not have one or don't have one, they have those out there. It's a really good guide, instruction manual, but it's a little dumbed down. This looks like it's full of color. I mean, there's a lot of color in that as well, but you're getting CGC's CEO's point of view, and that's what's important. I think that's really interesting, especially that Overstreet already has their info out there. So very cool. Yeah. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Let me go ahead and remove this and hit the comments. I appreciate you guys so much. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm going to hit the comments in a section. Give me 1 second. But I still have time until the Hot 10 starts. Do you guys, I don't know anything about soccer, and they had these at Target. Do you guys want me to rip this, and you guys can help me that are watching World Cup? These are hot too. They're selling on the secondary market for like $45-50. I think we got them for like $25 or something like that. So let me know. It's 2022 FIFA World Cup Panini Prism. And I'll be chasing. It's basically focused on the World Cup in Qatar. Last but not least, let's see here. Ba-da-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. I have a really good, I guess you could say, segue into LA Comic Con. There are a lot of people that are going to be there. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to get my dog. Give me 1 second. All right. Oh man, I left my dog. I left my dog outside the door, and he was out there crying. I didn't even hear him. Poor little guy. This is my dog, Frankie. This one I talk about all the time. Say hi, Frankie. It's a little. He needs a bath and a haircut, but it's a little Yorkie. Say hi. Say hi. His tongue goes sideways. But he's a great dog. Great dog. Anyways, let's get back into that. Oh, there goes my hair. If you guys didn't notice, I dyed my hair, painted my hair. All right, so boom. LA Comic Con is basically it's a convention that is focused more on the guests, like the entertainment guests and the announcements, rather than like digging a lot of cosplay stuff like that. But I haven't been. I'd like to go. I have passes, and I just don't know if I want to go all the way to LA, even though it's like 30 minutes from my house by myself. So depends who we're meeting up there. But do you guys want well, let me show you the guests. Do you guys want me to cover this on MCM tomorrow night? Because if you don't give a shit, then I might not go. But I think this would be really fun and it would be a really good experience. So here are the guests. These are the entertainment guests first. You have Simon Liu, aka Shang-Chi. You have Captain Kirk, William Shatner. You have Jax Teller from Sons of Anarchy. I'm guessing maybe he's going to be announcing maybe something with Pacific Rim or something. I don't know. Giancarlo Esposito, Better Call Saul, and also Mandalorian. Meng Na Wen. I just pulled a really cool. If you guys don't know, on my IG, I posted a Phoenix Shan. Really cool relic card I pulled. It's supposed to be super short print, but if you know anything about it, let me know. Elijah Wood, you have Sean Astin. Now you have the boys cast: Laz Alonso, Tomer Capone, that's Frenchie, Karen Fukuhara, which she seems really cool. Will Wheaton from back in the day. What was he in? Stand By Me. LeVar Burton. There's Amy Jo Johnson, Steve Burns, Sean Schemmel, Tom Kenny. The Sandlot cast looks back 30 years later. That's interesting. I used to love that show. Jim Cummings, Damian Mills, David Henry, Kern Walters, Debbie Derryberry, Rob Paulson, Mark DiCarlo, Candy Milo. I don't know who a lot of these people are. Okay, let's see. Jeff Garcia, I know. Crystal Scales, I know. Scott Grimes, definitely know. Greg Grunberg, definitely know. Sonny Strait. Let's see. Wow, there's some new ones I haven't checked in a while. Sophia Gomez, Ian Sinclair, Tia Ballard, Kyle Phillips, Stephen Kramer, Glickman. I don't know who that is. Lenore Zahn, Sandy Fox, Lex Lane. Let's see who else. Felicia Angel, Jenny Yokobori, Marty York. Not sure who that is. Victor Diamasha, Grant Gell, Shane Obudzinski, Tom Guidry, and then our Saved by the Bell hottie Elizabeth Berkley. She canceled the last minute, so she's not going to be there. But there's supposed to be some kind of after party. Let me go ahead and get into the artists and creators, and that's the ones that I'm excited for, because I have never had. I've only gone to Long Beach Expo, and there was like, I didn't really know anything. I wasn't really watching the movies or what have you, but and it's kind of like one of those cons that you just kind of dig and get deals. It's kind of like the cleanup from San Diego and LA Comic Con, I believe. went before the pandemic. So you know, it was more of like a digger's paradise. Really cool. But yeah, I didn't really know much. I was just getting back into comics when I went. But this would be the first con that I've ever gone to, like at least a decent sized one. Is this something that you guys would want to see on Modern Comic Mayhem? Me covering the con. I would put together some content regarding, you know, if it's good for digging, if it's not. I'll try to get an interview with our entertainment guests, but I care more about the creative team. And let me go over those. You got Greg Capullo, you got Scott Schneider, you got Ryan Otley, very cool. Bill Kopp. Let's see here. You have Scott Koblich, very cool. Let's see, Stephen E. Gordon. Let's see here. Donnie Cates is there. I know that. He just jumped on. Brianna Garcia. Let's see. Oh, Peter Tomasi. He's awesome. Sam Maggs, Joshua Cassara, Cody Ziegler. That's cool. Let's see here. Colin Kelly, Zeb Wells. That's awesome. Dennis Culver. Jeremy Adams, Ryan Parrott, Kreese Lee, Jerry Duggan. That's awesome. Sorry, guys. David Papose. I don't recognize his name. Jody Hauser's, she's talented. Jackson Lansing, Megan Fitzmartin, and then you have Teeny Howard, John Jang, which that's the main reason I want to go. Donnie Cates, another reason I want to go. Tom Cook, Joe Benitez, Daniel Sam Sinetti, Eric and Julia Leewald, Ambrosia Quintanilla. There's 3 pages. Geez, let me see if there's any standouts. I'm not going to read every single one. Geez. You guys can see this. Oh, there's Mia. Shout out to Mia. Mia Bunn. If you guys don't know, she's a friend of mine. She lives in LA here. She has I don't know if it was a Kickstarter, how it started, and how it got picked up, but she has this comic. She's a artist, writer, full blown. She does everything. I think she even does the colors. It's called The Fuck. And it's really funny. It's actually really funny, and she's a very cool person. Absolutely. I've never met her in person, but I've only, you know, talked to her on the phone, and, you know, so I'd be really excited to see her. I told her I was probably going to go. So check her out, though. Her comic is called, I think it's called The Fuck with FUQ instead. Like, what the fuck, you know? So David Marino, that's cool. Caden Phoenix. Let's see here. I don't recognize some of these. Oh, Dan Panosian. Oh, heck yeah, guys. Dan Panosian is going to be there. That's new. That is new. Wow. Mustafa Musa. Nice. Jed Dougherty. David Mack's going to be there. Wow. This is all. A lot of these are new. Zen. Let me see. Tony Fleeks is going to be there. Oh my God. This is awesome. Let's see here. Derek Riggs, Keith Champagne, JP Roth, Matt Hawkins, Juan Gideon. Cool. That's cool. Javier Hernandez, Mog Park, Marino Gonzalez, and Guy Gilchrist. Oh, and Thomas Hodges. So that's pretty damn cool. What do you guys think? Let me hit the chat before you guys leave. Don't leave. I want to say what's up. And then I got to get ready for Hot 10 and almost 10. Let's see here. So hi Eric again, by the way. Okay, Miss Marvel's trash. Keeping my fingers crossed they do. Okay, we got to that. We got that. Bring us Mole Man, Chad says. Remember, this is the same guy that said Miss Marvel was trash. But still love you though, Chad. You know I do. CGC grade. Chad also talks on CGC segment we had. CGC grading eye is so bad now. They need to downsize. That's what I think he's trying to say, and get stuff right before getting bigger. And there he is, downsides. Yeah. You know, I don't know. I mean, I the last submission I did, I submitted 6 books for my friend and his friend, and I thought I put in the notes at least 2, maybe 3 9/8, and a couple or 9.2, 9.4s. 4 came back 9.8, 1 came back 9, and the other two get 9.6, and I was shocked. But I did press the shit out of those color breaking dents so they would at least look better. Solo Wookie says, don't lie, that's a Muppet. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. He says, Will Wheaton was in Next Generation. Oh, okay, that's actually really good info. Thanks for that, Solo. I appreciate you. But yes, Stand By Me. Yes. And then Captain Kirk's on there too, so that makes a lot of sense. Planet AZ says, all right, Rich, just got home. I guess I should see my family. Catch you on Stein later. Yeah, for sure, buddy. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Did you like this segment? I mean, you know, I know I could do better. My dad's not doing good, guys. I can't leave him for a particular. It's one of the reasons why I'm having issues with LA Comic Con. If somebody can't hang out with my dad on Saturday, I'm probably not going to be at LA Comic Con. So, yeah, I would just need, maybe like a day. I'm going to talk to my uncle about it and we'll see where we go. But, I am studying for the NMLS state exam. And, while I'm getting licensed, once I pass the exam, which I'm going to, it's going to take a little bit of time, and my dad needs my full attention right now. And on top of that, I'm 45 years old and I'm going through a few health issues right now with my detail that most 45-year-old men, that's what I say without being too obvious and gross, go through. And I'm doing that so I can live a longer and healthier life. So going to be working from home and going to the office probably just a few days a week. So I'm going to try to do more live streams and more box break videos. But thank you guys for watching. I love you all. You guys have been giving me undying support. I'll see you at 8:00 p.m. on the House of Stein YouTube channel for the comicbookinvest.com Hot 10. And they'll be on Wednesdays almost 10. Without further ado, toodaloo.